So all these people, they're filling their lives with pebble, sand, and water, and they're stuck.
One virus matters: our ego. Our fallacy that we can claim ownership of right and wrong. Clever deceit is still tempting us. That truth is nothing more than a feeling. My job is to assist the truth, to remove the shroud of opinion and reveal our spirit. The battle for our souls is now. My name is Monsignor Cantuzanu. Game on.
What do you want out of life? I think everybody wants the same thing, even though as different as we are. Different in personality, different in makeup, different in politics. We all want the same thing. And I would say happiness. We all want happiness. Then you have to ask yourself, and I wonder this all the time, why so many people are unhappy. Hopefully not, but are you unhappy? And I think the reason why so many people are unhappy is not because they don't know what they want, but they're looking in the wrong places. You know, I remember a song, actually back in 1980, Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places. What a great song that was, and how true that is today, and really for all ages. There's so many people looking for love, happiness, joy, peace in all the wrong places. You know, there's a lot of voices out there, and they're loud, they're flashy, they're strong, they're inviting, and they're telling us, come this way. And I think of all these people looking at love in all these other places, and I wonder, why don't they try God? And that's my question to you. Why don't you try God, especially if you haven't? And God will not force himself upon you. He's no further than a whisper. And what is a whisper? A prayer. He's no further than that away. So all these other voices that are so inviting and so enticing, and we see them all the time, and I see people get trapped by them. Drugs, alcohol, anger, resentment, self-interest, this desire, this need to always be popular, to always be liked, to want a lot of stuff, electronics, money. We have people these days in politics and government that tell them they're going to give you everything that you need. And people follow all of these voices and they're not happy. There's a great story, I've used it many, many times, and maybe you've heard it. And it's called the rock story. Once upon a time, a teacher walks into a classroom without saying a word and reaches under the desk and gets a big glass jar. Then, again, without saying anything, gets a box of river rocks and one by one puts the rocks into the jar until it comes to the top. And then asks the class, is the jar full? And of course, everybody wants to say yes because it looks like it's full. And the teacher says, not yet. Now this time he reaches under, now he gets a box of pebbles. Now he takes the pebbles and he puts them into the jar. Now again it's full, and he asks, what do you think? And they're not really sure, and he tells them, not yet. This time he gets a glass of sand, and now he carefully pours that until now that comes to the top. And again, it seems obvious that it's full, but of course they're not sure. And again, he says, not yet. And this time he gets a glass of water, carefully pours that until now that comes to the top. And then he asks the class, what do you think the purpose of this little demonstration is? What do you learn from it? And almost always the responses are, and you can see these responses are ones that we hear all the time. And sometimes we believe ourselves that we can just fit it all in, we can cram it all in, we can have whatever we want. And he says, no. The point is that if the rocks don't go in first, they will never fit. It's a fact of life. If the rocks don't go in first, they will never fit. And what are the rocks? The things that are really important, the things that people really want out of life, but instead they're filling their lives with all that other stuff. Pebbles, sand, water. And so what happens, they're really busy, but they're not happy. And the other thing is, and this is so crucial, those other voices, you get stuck. Think about this. take pebbles, sand and water, mix them up, and they dry. What do you got? Cement. So all these people, they're filling their lives with pebble, sand, and water, and they're stuck. And they're stuck. And we don't have to be that way. And God is inviting us to a better way. And my invitation to you is to hear that voice. And this God who is inviting us is a God of mercy. And guess what? If you're one of those people who are stuck, he'll give you the jackhammer and he will help you blast it out to be free. What a release that is. What a new beginning that is. And if you're not stuck, but maybe you're getting that way, he will help you dump the jar out and start all over again. And start putting the right stuff in, the things that really are important, like trust in God, like family, like love. So what do you want out of life? You want the same thing that I do and everyone else does. We all want to be happy, but you got to look in the right places. And don't get fooled by some of those voices, because you're going to end up getting stuck in cement, and God doesn't want that. Hear the voice of God inviting you. Come to me, all you who labor and are burdened, and I will refresh you. Listen to the voice of God. God bless you.